potential trade destinations for Deebo Samuel. First one, before we get into the rest, I've seen some people float that the Texans could trade the 13th pick for Deebo Samuel. That's the starting point. Remember, the Niners traded Buckner for the 13th pick. That's one potential one. It's like the Texans have a young quarterback, and Davis Mills is kind of like Jimmy Garoppolo. And if they want him to be good, maybe give him Deebo Samuel. I don't know. What do you think as the Texans, as the first one we discussed?
I mean, first round pick, good. If they're going to 13th is good. 13th is a premium pick. I would try just to, if Deebo wants to trade, you really going to have to try to aim for the stars here. Just the same way that you just said Deebo's going to aim high for the negotiations. If you're the 49ers, you're going to want to try to aim high for a draft pick and just keep fielding offers in that way. 13th isn't bad, especially if you can get another package and a slew of picks. But I mean, who's really at 13 at that point that's really going to like help you out? I mean, I think that's one of the points of you want to overpay for Deebo, but I would try to push for maybe even like a top 10 pick. I mean, I know there's probably other teams out there like the Jets, for example. I mean, they offered, what did they offer? They didn't even offer a first round pick for Tyreek Hill, so they probably wouldn't do it for Deebo, or maybe they would. LaFleur, they have 49ers a little bit similarities with LaFleur, Saleh. Maybe they would be willing to. But the Texans, yeah, if that's one of the best ones, that'd be cool. I just think you would probably want to just, use them more as a leverage play for the Jets and like other teams who could be interested.
Okay. It seems like Niner fans are going to immediately go to the Jets and the Texans and any team with a top pick, maybe any team with a couple of picks in the first round. And I get that, but like, I really don't feel comfortable trading Deebo Samuel for draft picks because the Niners aren't that good at drafting. They took Mike McGlinchey in the top 10. They took Javon Kinlaw in the top 15. They're not that good at drafting. They miss all the time. They hit sometimes, but they miss too. I mean, they're not any better than any other team. So I really wouldn't feel comfortable trading Deebo Samuel for anything less than another Pro Bowl wide receiver. And so there are other good wide receivers out there who are disgruntled. Give me one of those. That's all. Only thing I would do. So, like, let's talk about it. How about Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson doesn't seem like he can really stand playing with Kirk Cousins. All right. And of course, the Vikings wouldn't want to get rid of Justin Jefferson. But if you could get Deebo Samuel in return, maybe the Niners would throw in a draft pick as well. Justin Jefferson is really good. I think Kyle Shanahan called him the best wide receiver in the league last year when Deebo was on his MVP run. I'm just saying, he's really good. A little bit different than Deebo, not a running back, but hell of a wide receiver. Maybe a better wide receiver than Deebo Samuel. What do you think about
a better route runner, at least?
Yeah.
So much cleaner route runner.
And probably doesn't drop the ball as much.
No.
Yeah. Also,
just imagine pairing him with Trey Lance going deep, just even shot plays no matter what.
If it had to come to it, I would rather do something like, because at least you say, all right, Justin Jefferson is every bit as good as Deebo Samuel. Fine. But like, you're going to tell me like Treylon Burks or some like word? Are you sure? You absolutely sure? No. I've seen a lot of busts in the top 15 in wide receiver. Like, I don't know about.
Rams could take any of the pick of the litter of these wide receivers. They could have the first pick of the wide receiver in the first round of the draft, no matter where they're picking. It doesn't matter. They're not going to sniff the impact of Deebo Samuel. So yeah, I agree with you in terms of picks.
What about if you traded him for like AJ Brown? AJ Brown's disgruntled. Maybe the Niners like, look, we're trying to pay Deebo. AJ Brown, you want the money we were going to pay Deebo. AJ Brown's really good. I thought the Niners should have drafted AJ Brown over Deebo. I was wrong. But AJ Brown's really good. I mean, he pretty much single-handedly beat the Niners this year. He was really good. Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting. You're saying flip for wide receiver, but isn't the whole thing that the 49ers love Deebo is because he has that running back element? So wouldn't they maybe look for another like prominent running back?
Hell no. Do not trade Deebo for a running back. No, absolutely not. Just keep drafting running backs, keep taking them in the draft. You got to replace this dude at wide receiver.
Yeah. Do you?
I would think. If you trade him
we just talked about his best usage.
He can get hurt week 1. I don't know about that, man.
So could Deebo if you use him this year that way.
Trade for Jerick McKinnon.
Oh, God.
Tevin Coleman.
So, I mean, at that point, what are we going to look at? Hey, send him to the Colts for Jonathan Taylor. They need a wide receiver. I put the Colts
out. It seems like it's one of these situations. If Deebo is forcing the Niners' hand because he doesn't want to play running back anymore, and like there's nothing the Niners can do other than say, okay, we won't play you at running back. You're just a wide receiver. Maybe they if it's just wide receiver, not running back included, maybe they prefer Justin Jefferson. I mean, let me ask you. If Deebo Samuel says, I'm never playing running back ever again, who would you rather have on your team, him or Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson. Easily.
So I don't know if the
Easily.
Niners could pull that off, but it's something to think about. And again, I don't know that Deebo he's being very cryptic here. It's his usage. It could have been his usage in the fourth quarter, the NFC Championship game. It could be, God knows. But if it's about this running back thing, okay. If it's a wide receiver who just played wide receiver, I'll take Justin Jefferson. He's younger.
Yeah, I think I would probably lean more towards that he's really PO'd by the usage of running back because for exact reasons that he knows it's going to hurt for his price point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just at that
He's
point, I mean,
right.
look
Hey,
at
if you were his agent, would you want him playing running back?
We just
No.
said the same thing. Look at his
No,
agent.
sorry.
running back. But not even
Absolutely
that. His
No.
agent is freaking smart. He just got Denzel Ward cashed the freak out from the
Yes.
Cleveland Browns. So of course he has 3 clients: DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel. I'm pretty sure he's matriculating it in a way where he's trying to structure it to see who can get the most out of what in terms of if I get DK signed first, I can probably milk more. You know, there's probably like a whole, nuance to it, very detail oriented with the contracts and trying to get him paid. But that's why originally I thought the reason why Deebo wasn't negotiating was because his agent probably told him, hey, we're not negotiating. We're going to get everyone else paid. Then we're going to get you paid last. So you really boost up your number. That's what I thought, but apparently not.
Sounds more like the agents decided you got to go first, bud. You got to go first. Sorry.
And that brings back to what you said last week. The agent was fielding offers or finding out contract offers from other teams that maybe he already has like a little sniffing point, an idea. So he's probably the one that presented this to Deebo under the table. Look, Deebo, these teams are willing to pay this. Running back usage, very minimal or none. And that's probably also what stems from like, all right, cool, because I know the Niners still want to use me the same way. And we're probably not going to get paid that 70 million guarantee or 35 plus APY, whatever it is that he's looking for. So a lot of like under the tables, intangible, under the works, in the shadows works going on here that we don't even know about, and it's probably happening.
Kenneth Burns says it is what it is. Deebo won't be as good as just a wide receiver. He needs touches, and Niners were creative in getting him the ball in multiple ways. Good luck to you. Again, we don't really know why he's requested the trade. We're guessing. We're starting to put some pieces together, but if he doesn't want to play running back anymore and the Niners could trade him for someone like AJ Brown or Justin Jefferson, who are also just wide receivers who don't play running back, I'd be open-minded. At least those guys might want to play for the 49ers. I mean, it's good to have someone who wants to play for your team. I don't know. On the other hand, if this is all really about money and the Niners just lowball Deebo, this is going to be the biggest black mark on their resume in a very long time. It's going to be unforgivable. Like Buckner won't even come close if this is only about money.
And now no one can use the DeForest Buckner as the outlier situation. The 49ers don't pay their own and such.
No, actually, it's a pattern now, and players have to be careful. They're a little bit like an Oakland A's Moneyball team. If you're too good, you could price yourself out.
God.
Cali Boy 58 says, imagine Kamara or C-Mac not wanting to play slot.
They don't really play like that, though. I mean, C-Mac does. Not Kamara.
Yeah, but he's saying I'm only going to play one position. Daniel, thank you. True Sav Comedy says the way the Niners handle Jimmy and Deebo proves they are more concerned with saving money and not winning championships. Bring back the DeBartolos. I freaking wish. They really mishandled this. Man, what a bad offseason. So bad. And they're going to blame Deebo for it. Becton in the 4th play, Becton at right tackle. Becton in the 4th pick. That's a lot for Deebo Samuel. I don't know that the Niners can get all that.
Becton would you say the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo, they're at the worst case scenario? Well, now look, they're kind of at the worst case scenario with Deebo right now, aren't they? So now you've mishandled two of them. Are we sure they're gonna handle Nick Bosa right?
I'm not sure that Nick Bosa would even sign a contract extension this offseason if they offered him one. I mean, he should wait. He should wait till next year. Preston Reynolds says the way to fix this is to throw the bag at him. Realize that Deebo's more important to this team than anyone else and let him know that. Hope this can be fixed. Yeah, I would think so. If the Niners keep saying like, hey, we want to pay him. All right, do it then. Do it. Show up to his house, Brinks truck, give the cash. Here it is. Let him see it. Let him smell it. Maybe he'll change his mind. I don't know. That's just my suggestion. Chewy Alejandro, hey guys, imagine Jimmy on the team longer than Deebo. Front offense equals winning. LOL not. Yeah, they can't let that happen. It would be the worst. They would be laughing stocks. Felix says, whose fault is this? The offseason has been a disaster.
I mean, I did write the other week that freaking who gets traded first, Jimmy or Deebo, and I said instantly Deebo. And it wasn't even so much the realistic possibility of Deebo, of the likelihood of him being traded. It was just Deebo. I mean, Jimmy has no market. Come on, what's Jimmy gonna do? Just cut him already. What do we have him there for?
It's Trent Baalke's fault because he gave $18 million a year to Christian Kirk, and now you gotta give way more to wide. Christian Kirk isn't even that good. So essentially it's Trent Baalke's fault. And then I think it's probably John Lynch and Parag Marate's fault for not, reacting to the market. And then maybe it's the 49ers fault for insisting on playing Deebo at running back. Although I'm sympathetic to Kyle on that one. Like, you telling me I can't, what? Hold on. It's like, that's like Draymond Green saying, I don't want to play center anymore. Like, whoa. We're really good when we play you at center in Spurs. Yes. Well, hold on. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit like that. And so I'm just curious.
No, for sure. At that point, then it's like, all right, now Deebo, you're definitely not getting any more than 50 million guaranteed. If that's the point, we were gonna inch to you to 60, 70, but you have a problem not playing running back. You pretty much, just capped our offense that you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I have no idea what's going on. Felix, good question. That Niner guy says Grant's question, John. WTF is going on here? Like, seriously, this is your offseason?
That would work.
John, what do you say to the criticism that this is the most ridiculous offseason ever in franchise? He wants to be on the East Coast, in my opinion. Maybe. I mean, he just had a kid. He's from South Carolina.
Miami.
I don't know. But again, it's been reported it's a usage thing from Rappaport. Daniel says trade him for like the 55th round picks. It's where the Niners pick best. Do they though? I mean, who do they get in fifth? Last year they got Talanoa. They got Jalen Moore and Diamador Lenore. Like, how great was that? Was that great? Super great? I'm just saying, maybe that's a little bit of a myth. John Packett Deebo. No! Sorry, Gold-Blooded. No, do not lower Deebo's value by throwing Jimmy in there. It's like having an asset and being like, okay, but you have to take this awful thing too. Like, I don't want that.
It's lowering Deebo, but the only way you can get Jimmy off your books. That says a lot.
Refugio. It's Spanish, so you have to roll the R too. Refugio. Trade is not an option. It would take weapons away from Trey Lance in his most important year. Unless you replace him with another Pro Bowl weapon. That's the only way I think you can do it. Anthony Adams says some players have intrinsic value. Deebo is our heart and soul. You already botched this once with Defoe. Pay him what he's worth, not by his position. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why the Niners were leaking to Adam Schefter, like, hey, we're trying to pay him. Like, this is getting really bad. And when this blows up, everyone needs to know that we actually were trying to pay him. That's basically what happened yesterday, right?
Once I saw Schefter said that, I was like, oh, no.
It's bad. It's so bad.
It's so real right now.
It's so bad. Corey Soto says there's a reason Deebo seemingly hasn't embraced the quarterback change. It's not because he loves Jimmy. He loves the protection he gets from those Jimmy limitations. He loves playing running back? You sure?
Apparently not. I don't know. I mean,
Jimmy's limitations forces Deebo to play running back. Not Deebo.
I don't believe any of that talk. I don't believe in that talk about he has displeasures of playing with Lance. God, come on.
I don't see any evidence of that.
I was going to say, where's the points?
Delicioso says the Niners are the only team that could F this up by keeping sorry-ass Jimmy G to save face, but are going to end up losing their best weapon. Let's see what Jimmy does without Deebo. Let's go Chargers. Yeah, let's go Chargers. That's rough. Yeah. That's pretty much going to be their legacy if they keep Jimmy Garoppolo and lose Deebo. Like, all the good things they've done, the 2 playoff runs they've had, people are going to be like, you never figured out the quarterback situation, and you were so indecisive that it cost you not just DeForest Buckner, but Deebo Samuel too.
That's going to be super rough. And the only way you're going to make that up is if you actually win a Super Bowl, which
hard to do. There's 31 other teams. Chase Shear says, I don't know if anyone has said it yet, but trade Deebo, get Watson, and reunite him with Trey is more likely a possibility now. You really want to trade Deebo Samuel for a guy I played at Division II? I like Christian Watson, but really, man, are you serious? I'm scared about that.
Deebo replacement.
I would rather have Justin Jefferson. I know Justin Jefferson can get you 1,500 yards. He's really good. Draft is going to be real interesting. Yeah.
Yes. That's where he's going to get traded, if anything.
Eagles supposedly front runners with picks 15 and 18. Really? Deebo. Eagles. Says who? I'll see that. Well, maybe. Okay. Something to look out for. They've been wanting to make a move, I guess. Emmanuel Gomez says Deebo like to pick of him in a Cowboy jersey. LOL.
He's going to like anything right now. He's
going to like anything right now. Trade Deebo, says Isaiah Gill. Ooh, fans are not happy. Not happy. Deebo liked to tweet about him in a Cowboys uniform. All right, hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Researcher Detective Grant on the scene.
Okay. Yeah. Man, you look awesome wearing blue and silver with a star on your helmet. Wow. I don't think there's any coming back from that one, man. I think once Deebo does that, Niner fans are, dude. Wow. That's really burning the bridge. Putting you liking. Wow. Damn, Deebo. That's. I would love to hear his side of the story. I gotta
All right,
know. What
check
did they
this out.
do, Deebo? What happened? Tell me.
If the 49ers obviously have leverage because of the last season of his deal, right? If they just call his bluff, don't trade him, they hold on to him, not reporting to mandatory camp, which is mini camp, training camp, means a loss of an accrued season, meaning Samuel will be facing restricted free agency next year. Restricted free agency. Now your options are limited. He has no power in this, man.
Sorry. Look, I am pro player and I like Deebo Samuel, but dude, this is again like you're not. They don't have to trade you. You have to play for the 49ers.
He's overplaying his hand like the 49ers did with Jimmy. You think he called for a trade because he's trying to get cashed out more? Maybe?
I don't know.
I don't
know, man. It seems kind of weird. But yeah, that's a good piece of information. They don't have to trade him. He does have to play for them.
Even without me knowing that, they still have the franchise tag on the board. So I mean, dude, you
a restricted free agent. You know how much money he would lose? Oh. Okay. Mason says, I cannot wait to hear what John Lynch has to say about all this during the pre-draft press conference. Yeah, me too. That'll be in 5 days. Deebo trying to snatch the Niners chain. Where is Craig? Trey Lance. Call me crazy, Grant, but this still feels just like a genius posture by Deebo and his agent. Yeah, I mean, you just pointed it out. Like, he can't hold out. It's not just that he would lose money. He would lose an accrued season. You can't let that happen. Not going to let that happen. I don't think. Kalicki Carroll says if the Niners trade Deebo, the Ray-Ray McCloud trade makes more sense. Now he's not Deebo, but in college he was a gadget. I can never replace Deebo, but you could use Ray-Ray as a gadget and trade for sure wide receiver.
You can use him and get 2 yards.
Maybe that's why the Niners signed Ray-Ray McCloud. We should have known when they signed. Hey, you know what? It was funny at his introductory press conference. I asked him, I was like, we know you're going to use you a lot on special teams, but how do you feel you fit in this offense? And he's like, you seen Deebo Samuel? I can do that. Oh, okay. So yeah, pretty much. Maybe that's what they told him. Like, hey, we kind of might need you to do everything Deebo did. We're gonna give you 130 targets. David says, here's what you should ask Lynch. If there's even 1 nanosecond where Jimmy G is on the team and Deebo isn't, are you going to fire Parag and yourself immediately? That's a good question. I like that one. David. I like that. That's good. All right, let's take these questions and leave because we gotta write articles for our website because this is crazy. I won't pay a wide receiver unless he's a true number 1. Yeah, like Dante Pettis.
Oh,
Timothy says Deebo, Kittle, and Jimmy for Scary Terry, some picks and a bag of popcorn. Get the disgruntled players out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, do not package Deebo with lesser players. Trade them individually. Don't do that. If Deebo wants top wide receiver money, then he needs to remember he has 1,000-yard season and 10 receiving touchdowns in his career, says Young Jay.
What about his rushing touchdowns? Didn't he have like 6 or 8 rushing touchdowns last year?
Yeah, he had 8. Eduardo says, Grant, this is all your fault. This all started happening once he blocked you. You hurt his feelings.
See? I told you.
Yeah, that's going to be the next tweet.
Hashtag blame Grant.
A local YouTuber really took it too far. And it's the main reason that Deebo Samuel wants to leave the Bay Area. Everyone cancel Grant. The Ramelia Sports Report says Kyle Lynch bungled Deebo and Trey situations. Love it. Sorry,
you include Trey Lance. That makes sense. Yeah.
Nick says Jimmy no throw and Deebo for the 6th pick and Christian McCaffrey and Brian Burns. Deebo hometown Panthers. Oh wow, he is from Carolina.
Oh,
he's from Carolina.
I like those picks. I would make that trade.
6th pick.
Just to get Jimmy off your books too.
Arian 44 says serial mismanagement featured Deebo's max talents in a contract year. You know you're not winning a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Did with George Kittle, Fred Warner, Deebo Samuel. BA next, resign first, then expose. I have no idea what he's talking about. I missed that. I'll try it again. Serial mismanagement featured Deebo's max talents in a contract year. Featuring Deebo's max talents in a contract year, knowing you're not winning the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. Like, why did you do all that? You made him so expensive by doing all this. But I guess they thought they might win a Super Bowl. I once ate a brownie, says Gus. $10. You've once ate a brownie? Dude.
The caramel ones, the turtle ones.
Yeah, I like with maybe a little bit of fudge. The guy says Deebo's brother is fueling all of this. Make Deebo happy and let him continue to be the great player he is. Get rid of Jimmy, period.
Hey, speaking
Deebo's
of that,
fault.
he wasn't capping. He wasn't trolling us. I thought he was trolling us.
Everyone got to run with it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, good call.
I really thought he was trolling us when he put the laughing emoji. I was like, oh, come on. He's just messing with us. It was real.
Stank the Tank says Deebo always supported Jimmy G to the fullest. Is Deebo's attitude linked to the Jimmy G situation? Are Deebo and Jimmy G collaborating? No. I don't think so. That's not what, again, hold on. What it said, Ian Rappaport said there are also issues with how he's used. Money is not at the root of the issue for Deebo Samuel. Otherwise, that could be fixed with a big offer. But there are also issues with how he's used. That's what is coming from Deebo's camp, apparently. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's getting that from the Niners. We'll have to hear more.
It's true. Maybe it is.
We'll have to hear more. Michael Hamilton says, unhappy stars never work out for the team. You will never know if you're getting 100%. You can make them show up, but 3/4 speed to finish the season is no good. All right, well, then bring in A.J. Brown or Justin Jefferson. I'm cool with that. Those guys are great too. Mo Dollar says he doesn't want to start a family in California. It's simple as that. He just had a kid. He wants to raise him near his family back home. Okay.
Back home, just work here in the freaking.
Yeah, I mean, none of these players buy houses out in California. These players don't buy houses out here. Did you know that? They get a condo and bounce, or an apartment and leave, and they live like kings wherever they're from the rest of the year. Carlos, thank you. John says, hate to say it, but if Deebo doesn't want to be here, you have to move him. Can't trust him to come in shape in this whole game based on effort. He's not going to sabotage his own career because he wants to play somewhere else. I'm sorry. He's not. Is he? I mean, Le'Veon Bell sort of did, but I don't think he will.
God, talk about self-sabotage.
All right. Deebo really ruined 420.
That's why he ate a brownie. I totally forgot it was 420.